Brock Bowers is going to be the best player in the entire country, regardless of position, in 2023. Got to unpack what this looks like. For some people, it might feel weird to hear that because Caleb Williams exists. There's a lot of other really good quarterbacks that are set to have an encore performance in 2023. But we talked to some folks close to the Georgia football program, told us some interesting information. And the first tidbit there is that Brock Bowers, during Georgia practices, has a data on him, like an output data during practice that is identical, 100% identical to what he's doing on an output perspective in the game. Let me backtrack a little bit. Colleges, especially the elite colleges, the Georgias, the Alabamas, the Oregons, they track player output. How fast are they going in the game? What kind of strain is being put on their body? And typically, from a week-to-week basis, the practice data is going to be just a little bit lower than you would in the game data. And from Brock Bowers, like I said, 100% identical. So as strain increases throughout the course of the season, your legs get tired, you're beat up, you're not going as hard in practice, or maybe you just happen to be slower in practice with less adrenaline. Brock Bowers, his output stays the same. So there's no drop-off. And folks, I cannot stress how ridiculous that is. Like, that just does not happen. Brock Bowers, I would venture to say, is one of the best just straight-up athletes in all of college football and just is built different under the hood. And maybe you say, okay, well, sometimes you coast in practice. He's not coasting. Brock Bowers is never coasting when it comes to this kind of a scenario. Whether it's practice or a game, he's never coasting. Sources close to that program told us Kirby Smart will tell you privately he has never seen a harder worker than Brock Bowers. So why is that important? A lot of great players work hard. That's cool. But Brock Bowers, to mix that special skill set, that special genetic gifts that he has, and combine that with ridiculous work ethic, that just means he's not going to plateau. That means he's going to continue to get better, and his statistics would indicate as much. In 2021, really good year. Burst on the scene as a freshman, 56 catches, 882 yards. What did he do for an encore performance in his second year in Athens? Topped it. More catches, 63, more yards, 942. And he was sitting out a fair amount of these games as well. Or second half of these games, rather. He's not going the full four quarters in all these games. So Brock Bowers, I 1,000,000% believe we haven't even seen his best yet. We have not seen his best. He is yet to have a bad day today when it comes to Georgia football, practice or game. Again, to be 100%. Similar output, same output, identical output. That is just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. If you have not yet subscribed to the On3 YouTube channel, we'd love to have you at the party. This is a college football community that y'all have allowed us to cultivate, that we've cultivated and built together. And there's a lot in front of us. Much like Brock Bowers, I firmly believe the best is yet to come. Also, follow me on the socials at JD Pickell on Twitter and on Instagram. Every now and then, every so often, you get a special player, and the only phrase that comes to mind is they're just different. They're just different. And you hear it with different stories from behind closed doors of what they did during offseason workouts and how they carry themselves and their athletic prowess. And we said it about Christian McCaffrey when he was at Stanford and when he showed up on campus. They were going through an offseason workout where essentially the team goes through a line and they're pushing this heavy sled or whatever it is around campus. And most players go right around 3 or 4 times because it's pretty heavy and you're doing it as a team building exercise. And Christian McCaffrey just goes 20 plus times. Lamar Jackson, he's out there hurdling dudes in the Carrier Dome against Syracuse. Like, there's a couple of players that are just different. And Brock Bowers, I wholeheartedly believe, is one of those individuals that's just different. From a matchup perspective, I don't know how you cover him. The NFL is still trying to draft players that are going to be able to cover guys like Brock Bowers. They're still trying to go to that larger defensive back mold, the rangier corners, the heavier safeties that can still move pretty well. Brock Bowers is an NFL football player at the collegiate level. 6'4", 230 pounds, runs a 4.5. You want to cover him with a safety? There's not many safeties playing college ball that can cover number 19. Catch radius is ridiculous. You likely are not able to physically body up with what he's bringing to the table from a size perspective. Say, okay, That's fine. We'll put a linebacker on him. We'll get physical with him, and we'll make sure that we can sort of get him off his route. We'll out-physical him. That'll be our play, right? Wrong. I just told you, runs a 4.5 40. He is a matchup nightmare. And based on his numbers, like I said, he still has his best football in front of him, and there is no answer for him at the collegiate level. Did we watch the national title game? Did we watch what he did throughout the entirety of this season? We got to be there at SoFi Stadium, watching number 19 put on a clinic, passing out T-shirts and juice boxes to the TCU defenders after the game, because he legitimately probably could have had 15 or so catches had they decided to continue feeding him the football. His over-under catches from a prop perspective going into that game was like 6. I think he broke that in the first quarter, or he was close to it. There's no matchup in college football that can account for what he's bringing to the table. You got to go to the NFL to find someone that can even begin to match up. And he's going to take the country by storm in a new way next year. He's going to go to another level. Because this coming year, they're going to have a new quarterback. And what do we know about young quarterbacks? When they are in trouble, when things are uncertain, when the waves get a little bit rocky and the boat gets going side to side, they're going to their safety blanket. Who is the safety blanket? Number 19, with the G on his helmet. They're going to lean on him a little bit more this coming year because of what they have at the quarterback position. And last year, he's been sharing targets, to be honest with you. Brock Bowers had 63 catches in 2022. Ladd McConkey had 58. I'm not here to knock Ladd McConkey. He's a dog. He needs to see the football. But I fully believe Brock Bowers will take on an even larger role in 2023 for the Georgia Bulldogs. And that is a scary sight for the rest of the college football landscape. So we're planting our flag. We're getting the megaphone. We're shouting it from the mountaintops. Brock Bowers will be the best player in all of college football in 2023. When it comes to the postseason accolades, we'll talk about that when that gets here. But you'll be able to flip on the tape and know very, very quickly, within the first few plays of the first quarter, regardless of the opponent, number 19, Saturday in and Saturday out, will be the best player between the white lines. We appreciate you rocking with us. This has been the Hard Count. Nick, Break, Lift, and Heavy. This is y'all's show. Everything that you and I both know and love about this beautiful game of college football happens here every single day. We're live on Tuesdays. We're live on Thursdays, 2 Eastern, 1 Central. Come hang out. We have a good time. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. We're going to keep the party rolling, and we will see y'all next time. Hey, y'all. Thanks so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel here to make sure you don't miss an episode of The Hard Count. Also, be sure to check out other videos on the On3 YouTube channel.